So in this video, I'm going to be talking about water, how much fluids men and women should be drinking daily. So the recommended amount of water per day is 15 cups for men, which is 3.7 liters. And for women, it's about 11 and a half cups, which is 2.7 liters of water per day. In my opinion, that's good. You should stick with that basis. The reason why I say that is because it's the recommended dosage, so people should be at least having that much daily. But remember, everything has water in it. The food you're eating, you're probably drinking other things other than water daily as well. So that's just the extra fluids that you're putting in your system. So what I'm trying to get at is that a lot of people are pretty much drowning themselves. You know, they're drinking too much water and they're going overboard. They're drowning themselves. Their insides are not going to go well with over flooding your intestines and your organs, because what happens is it can't process that much. Your body becomes seriously bloated after a while because of the fact that you have too much liquids in your system. And the bloating is mainly because of water weight. You know, you're not bloated because of the carbs or the fat. That turns into fat, of course. That's how the body looks. But you don't look actually bloated. You don't look actually like big and puffy everywhere unless you're drinking an obscene amount of water daily. And it's crazy because you might not think that it's obscene. It's not crazy. It's not going over the top. You're not pushing your limits because you're eating, 4 to 5 times a day. Some people push it and go for 6, which I don't recommend. I think 4 or 5 times a day is perfect. Anything over that is just overdoing it. But I think that 6 and over is just way too much food, and you're just throwing too much in your system. Your body just can't digest that much. I mean, your body digests food every 2.5 hours, 2 to 2.5 hours. Really 2.5 to 3 hours, really. I say 2 because sometimes, people have fast metabolisms, but at the end of the day, the normal is 2.5 to 3. So if you're eating that much food, how much water are you really putting in your system? If you have a water bottle with each meal, you're just literally going over the way more recommended dose of 15 to 15 and a half cups for men and 11 to 11 and a half cups for women daily. So what I'm saying is that you're bloating yourselves. You're pretty much drowning yourselves and you're just going overboard with it. When it comes to water, I say you don't have to be scientifically going crazy with it. Like, oh my gosh, look at the drops. We gotta find the balance and make sure it's not this much or that much. No, you don't have to do that. I'm just saying that at the end of the day, watch what you drink. Don't be drinking. Those big jugs, those 5-gallon jugs that people bring around them. Sometimes it's I don't think it's 5 gallons. That's a lot. Like a gallon a jug or whatever. People used to bring them to the gym all the time with them, to carry it with them. I don't think that's even allowed anymore at gyms, but they used to do that, and they used to be drinking so much water, it's ridiculous. And the guys who bring those jugs with them are the ones that look the most bloated because they're just down in too much water. And I don't even know what else they're drinking. They're probably drinking Gatorade and all this other stuff that is just mounds and mounds of sugar, which causes way more bloat to you, And anything with salt, if you just add, you're drinking so much water, and then all of a sudden you're drinking Gatorades, which has tons of sugar in it, and then next thing you know, you're adding salt to all your food, and then you're just going to be looking like a big blob at that point, So what I'm trying to say is you don't want to look bloated constantly. Watch the sodium intake, watch the amount of water you're putting in your system, and cut back on a certain amount of foods, because if you're eating too much daily, you're going way over the recommended dosage for water per day. You're going overboard with it because every food has water in it. So you're drinking water constantly, no matter what, even when you don't think you are. And I know how you might get thirsty and stuff, but you gotta step back sometimes and just be like, yo, if I want to look like this, I can't be drinking that much. I gotta stop. I gotta maybe drink half a bottle right now, and then I'll save a little bit for later. Maybe I'll go 3 hours without drinking any water, and then I'll just have a couple sips here and there. People are down to 4 bottles a day. What's that gonna do? It's not good. I used to go to the gym and drink like 2 bottles, 3 bottles at the gym. and it just didn't feel good. I felt like, but by the time I got home, it was supposed to be eating time for me, and then I wasn't even hungry because I just drank so much water that, I feel like I'm going to be cramping up soon. And that's when you feel like if you're at the gym ever and you're doing like an ab workout or you're doing something where you're going up and down, you can hear the water just going in your belly. You can feel it. You can feel it and you can hear it. That's not good. You don't want that ever. That hasn't happened to me for a while now because I know exactly what I'm doing now. I caught on to the idea of how to beat this whole water intake, and the fact that I know how much my body can have daily and how much I drink daily when it comes to liquids. I know exactly what I'm doing, and I know that I'm never going to get that feeling and hear that sound ever again, which I never want to do because that is a awful sound. So, but yeah, so that's all I got to say. And yeah, drink, but don't drink too much. All right.